Hello everyone. So last week was E3. If you didn't know that, then you must have been living under a rock. But yeah, last week was in E3, and as I live on this side of the big pond, that means I didn't get very much sleep last week, but I did see a lot of awesome video games that are going to make an even bigger dent in my already fractured bank balance. And so, I thought, talk about them, give you my opinion of them, tell you what I'm looking forward to, tell you what I enjoyed, tell you, what I thought of all the marvelous spectacle that we saw, and throw my 2 cents in and see what you think about them. I'm going to start off with, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know, like, the last couple of days of E3 that I was literally hooked on the you couldn't prize me away from the Capcom live stream. I was watching the Capcom live stream, and I was watching the gameplay footage over and over again like an obsessed little fangirl, all in the name of Resident Evil 6. And this is undoubtedly the most anticipated, well, yeah, top 3 most anticipated games for me. The end of this year. I can't even describe how much I'm looking forward to this game, and the more I see, the more excited that I get, and it's still so long away to go. But yeah, you only need to go and take a look at my channel to know that I am a huge Resident Evil fan. I have been from the very start, and I still am. I've said this before in plenty of videos, I absolutely adore the old school games. I love them. I still play them now regularly. I've uploaded them, a few of them, and I'm starting to work through the newer games. Now, I love the old games, and I love the new games as well. I'm not one of these die-hard fangirls that goes, "Oh my god, Capcom, what did you do? You ruined it, you spoiled it all, what the hell is this? This isn't Resident Evil anymore." Because you know what, I personally believe that that it needed to evolve. I think that if Resident Evil had stayed the way that it was, yeah, the games were fun, but in today's kind of market as such, I think they would have been boring. I don't really see how they could have fitted in well the way that they were. Had they got too much action, maybe? Was Resident Evil 5 basically a carbon copy of Resident Evil 4 but with Chris and buff arms? Probably. But you know what? At the basis of it, when you get right down to it, they were really fucking entertaining games, and that's all that matters to me. Resident Evil for me has always been about the characters. It's always been about the storyline, and gameplay is obviously, it is a huge important factor, because that is, it's what you're doing, it's how you play it. But I've still enjoyed them, and I've enjoyed the hell out of them. I'm enjoying Operation Raccoon City. I'm playing the crap out of that, and I will enjoy the hell out of Resident Evil 6 when it comes. So that's my 2 cents. Just get that out of the way because that's the question like most people kind of ask about Resident Evil is, the debate about the old school games and new school games and what's better, and if Capcom ruined it and blah blah blah. And I don't think that they have at all. I think that it needed to evolve. Not everyone may agree with the direction that it's gone, but I still enjoy the games immensely. I still enjoy the characters immensely. I enjoy the Resident Evil universe immensely, and you can keep throwing it at me, Capcom. I really don't care. I'll just be like, take my money. So there we go. That is my opinion. So Resident Evil 6 at E3. I think it was a couple of days before that they released the trailer, and I was like, I don't think I actually watched it until like the day before or just before E3, and I was like, oh, why didn't I see this? The awesome trailer. I was like, oh my god, it just gets better and better. Because I was anticipating Resident Evil 6 coming for quite a while. I've been looking forward to kind of hearing about it and there'd been like tiny little snippets of information leaked there and here and there. And when that very first trailer came, I was like, yes! Resident Evil 6 is coming! And it's finally, you know, you've got Leon and you've got Chris all together, and it's like, yeah! But yeah, so coming up to E3, Resident Evil 6 was one of the games that I was really looking forward to seeing more of. You know, we've seen a couple of trailers. There was that first trailer, which was really, really good, and then there was, they showed the second trailer, which, you know, gave you a little bit more information about Jake, about who he actually was. And it was still like, oh, that's quite cool, yeah, but I need to see some gameplay. So I was really looking forward to E3 so I could see some gameplay. And they demoed it, didn't they, on, I can't remember which conference it was. But I was glued to it. I was like, oh god, this is so good. I love it. I want to see more. And then I waited and I watched the live streams as well. So what I really like about it, and what I'm really looking forward to see how it plays out, is the different scenarios. Like, there's 3 different main characters, and they all have a different kind of style and gameplay. You know, you have Leon and his rather large-breasted partner, Elena. And their little scenario is more spooky. There's zombies, and it seems a bit more creepy. Yeah, okay, it is probably more action focused than the previous games, where it's not like old school walk around, you know, wander into a hallway and there's maybe 1 or 2 zombies standing there going, oh, brains, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's a bloody outbreak, and that's not realistic. So to me, you know, it has to be a little bit more kind of action focused, but I like that from what I've seen it seems quite moodier and a bit scarier, a little bit more tense. I like the kind of focus a little bit more on the action, in that, you know, you can run and gun, and you can, you know, roll about on the floor, and you can evade, and you can protect yourself a little bit better, and that sort of thing. And it all comes in hand with the kind of evolution of it. So, you know, then, you know, we move on to the next, what I consider would be the next kind of scenario. This is the thing how I'd kind of play it. Would be Jake. The interesting character that is Jake, and his partner, who fans have been asking about for years and years and years. We finally see the return of Sherry Birkin, who's all grown up and is some kind of Secret Service agenty kind of person. And I think that a lot of people have said, oh, it's just fan service, basically, because, you know, they got rid of Wesker in Resident Evil 5, and he basically carried Resident Evil. And, you know, I can understand that kind of a bit. And to be honest, at the end of Resident Evil 5, I was kind of in sort of 2 minds about it. And, you know, there was the thing of Lost in Nightmares about the Alex Wesker, who I personally thought would have been, if they were going to do that and bring another Wesker into it, that they would have maybe, because they left it ambiguous, didn't they? And I thought, maybe Alex Wesker would be a woman, and that would make it, you know, different from Wesker. If they brought back like another Wesker, it would have to be someone different. They wouldn't be able to like bring back a carbon copy Wesker, because it would be cheap. So I was thinking, oh, maybe a female one and stuff. But I quite like the idea of them bringing in his son. But I like the fact that Jake isn't a villain. That I think he's going to be quite morally ambiguous. From what I see, you know, he's a mercenary and he only really gives a shit about himself. But he's a protagonist, so obviously, even though there's the moral ambiguity, you know, he's not a bad guy, he's not a villain, he's not Wesker. So I think it'll be interesting to see kind of his character, see what happens there. I'm really intrigued to see how him and Chris interact. after seeing that little clip in the trailer where he's saying to Leon and Chris is looking at him all grrr, and he says to Leon, does he know that Wesker was my father? That'll be interesting to see, because, you know, Chris and Wesker just had that just epic rivalry, and Chris killed Wesker, and, you know, we'll see how that goes. But with Jake and Sherry, I like that pairing. I really, really do. Maybe it is, you know, a bit of fan service bringing her back. The fans have been asking for it for a long time. But kind of, if you think about it, she's the perfect kind of character to have with him. She can kind of, I mean, she pretty much can understand, you know, what he was going through. Her father was bloody William Birkin, who became a bloody big monster. And she was hunted by Umbrella because of the G virus or whatever in her blood. So she's the perfect kind of companion to him, the perfect complementary character to his. In terms of their gameplay, I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be really interesting. I'm not sure whether the, you know, it's the kind of set pieces running towards the camera, whether they're going to be inverted controls, because you know how much I hate inverted controls. It drives me crazy. But Resident Evil Nemesis was one of my favourite Resident Evil games ever. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And if they can pull it off well, that sense of fear of being chased all the time, yeah, it's going to be really enjoyable. So yeah, that's the kind of second character, the second scenario. And the third character, of course, last but not least, the lovely Mr. Redfield. No, Christopher. It's a little bit, I'm going to admit, it's a little bit disappointing to see that his arms are not so buff. They're not so ridiculously buff anymore. They're just nicely buff. Just nicely buff. Obviously, he's not been punching that many boulders lately, but he is... I kind of like the direction that they've gone with Chris. You know, he's always kind of been that little bit kind of moodier than Leon. He's always been a slightly darker character than Leon. And I like that coming into this game, it seems like he's very on edge. The opening, they didn't really show it on the live streams, the Capcom live streams, because of time, but the little opening cutscene to the demo shows him like in a very, very kind of dark place, and he's about to do something very, very stupid. And it's because of this terrible thing that happened. When I first read that it was like Chris is trying to, you know, get over something that's happened, and I'm like, oh god, they haven't, inverted commas, killed off somebody again, have they? But they kind of haven't, but you can see, and it was alluded to in one of the trailers, that he lost a lot of his men in an attack by a certain bitch in the red dress, who we will get onto in a minute. And he's all feeling, you know, guilty or whatever, and he's not in a good place, and it comes up to his partner, this Pierce, who in the cutscene and the gameplay footage that I've seen just looks the spitting image of a young Chris Redfield to me. He really does look like a young Chris. You know, to kind of go, come on Chris, we need you, you know, there's this bloody big outbreak coming, and you know, you've got to be there on the front line, we can't do it without you. So he's you know, back there doing all his fighting, and it's a lot more action based, it's a lot more, you know, his gameplay seems to be very shooterific. Which I think I'm actually going to enjoy a little bit more now. I was maybe a little bit more dubious about it before. I'm not naturally a fan of shooters or very good at shooters, but I've been playing a little bit more of them, and I'm still looking forward to it. It'll be a nice kind of gradual evolution, I think, in terms of gameplay. You've got Leon's kind of slower gameplay, you've got kind of Jake and Sherry's kind of frantic running away gameplay, and then you've got like Chris's all-out action gameplay, and it'll be nice, a nice diversity. between the three of them. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I hope if they do it well, it will be really, really good. So, I'm looking forward to that. And I was just saying a little bit before about the bitch in the red dress. Oh, it worries me. Ada worries me. She always worries me. I worry. It seems implied in the trailers and stuff that she's going to be one of the main villains. But she's always been very, very ambiguous, and I'm not sure whether she's actually going to be the main kind of villain, or she's going to be made the fall guy, basically, for that other dude. The, I don't know what he is, deputy something, another, I don't know. Basically being made the fall guy for all of it, but it'll be interesting. I've got a very bad feeling that she's not going to make it out of the end of the game, which makes me kind of sad because she's always been one of my kind of favourite characters. I've always liked Ada. It'll be interesting to see her interactions with Leon again. That's always interesting. I hope he grows a little bit of a spine when it comes to her, because, you know, history between Leon and Ada mostly ends up with him going, Ada, wait! So, yeah, what can I say that I haven't said? I'm excited for this game. I'm really looking forward to it. That is, you know, my kind of 2 cents on it. It's going to be fun and it's going to be good. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. You know, I'm going to play it. I'm probably going to buy it day it's released. I haven't put a pre-order on it for it yet, but I probably will. I'm going to get it. I'm going to play the shit out of it. Probably end up playthroughing it at some point for my channel. And yeah, so Resident Evil, it's all awesome. I can't wait to see what more they kind of announce for it, you know, in the lead up to its release, because they've been quite adamant on the fact that they're not going to talk about whether Jill or Claire or other people are in it, because they haven't finished making the announcements on that yet. I think they alluded to the fact that there's going to be more multiplayer kind of things in it. The Mercenaries mode's going to be back, which is always fun because I always enjoyed them. I've enjoyed the multiplayer on Operation Raccoon City, so it would be interesting to see if they do more things like that. Add more things like that to it. Yes, that is my opinion on Resident Evil 6 from watching it at E3. I am going to make more of these videos. Yes. There will be an Assassin's Creed video coming. The amount of times I've been asked that the past week, which is quite fun actually. It's quite interesting to know that that people are still interested in my opinion on Assassin's Creed, and they kind of haven't let me go. It's like, no, Lucy, come back to Assassin's Creed. I will be, don't worry, I will. And I will talk more about that I'll talk more about that in the AC video that I am going to make. It will probably be next. So if you're looking forward to that, you know, it's gonna happen. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a few more videos of these. I'm not gonna make too many because, you know me, I talk a lot and I go on for quite a while. I never stop talking. I need to stop and take a breath. So, you know, I don't want to have to like upload like 20 videos of me just talking for ages, because no one wants to hear that, do you? So yeah, there will be more E3 footage and videos. I might just kind of, I don't know, my top 5 games from E3 or whatever. I don't know whether 5's going to be enough, but top 5, maybe not top 10, that's a bit much. Top 7? I don't know. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, you know, let me know what you think, whether you're looking forward to Resident Evil 6, whether, you know, if you don't agree with any of my opinions, feel free to say it, but, you know, don't be a bastard about it. We can have a nice debate. We don't have to, like, tell each other we're stupid. You know, hit the like button, subscribe to me if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.